The following video tutorial is going to cover our funds page. The funds page is a page that is in our system that is located within really three parts of the system. It's accessible from the donation manager, the event planner, as well as the product manager. The funds page is a collection of or a ledger of all transactions that happen in your website. This includes all three of those sections, the event planner, donation manager, and the product manager. As a ledger, it's going to show each of the transactions that occur within those particular points of the system. It's going to show them either as a payment or an incoming transaction or an e-check, which would be an outgoing transaction or a transfer from our system to your bank. The example page that I'm showing you here, this example is a well-used site and it's actually using all three portions of the website that could potentially be involved with the funds page. Now your site, you may only be using one or two of these, and those would be the only transactions that would show up on that page. Many people are only using the event planner, and in that case it will be a little bit easier to understand. However, what we want to do is also communicate that it can become a little bit more complicated if you are using all three portions of the site. If you're only using one portion of the site, say for example the event planner, it's going to balance out pretty easily here, and you'll see your incoming transactions and your outgoing transactions, and it will all balance out. However, if you're using multiple portions of the system at once, and say for example you've received money into the event planner and happen to go to the donation manager and withdraw those funds, you will find that you'll have negative balances show up. So what that means is, and let me give you a real world example here. Let's say you have $1,000 in your available funds, and that breaks down into $500 in the event planner, $100 in your donation manager, and $400 in your product manager. If you initiate a withdrawal from your event planner, it will zero out the event planner available funds. And it will also appear as a negative balance of negative $500 in the event planner, because the withdrawal was initiated, included $100 of money from the donation manager and $400 from the product manager. However, the total balances will all be accurate. So it's important to understand that while there may be funds available for withdrawal on this page, they may be earmarked for different sections of the site if you have multiple portions of the site feeding into the funds page. Okay, so when you come to the funds page, at the top it's going to give you a quick breakdown here of your current balance as well as your available for withdrawal balance. The difference between the two is that there may be a balance on your account that has not yet cleared, or let me say a transaction on your account that has not yet cleared. It does take up to 5 business days for funds to clear into the system and be available for withdrawal. So that will be what the difference is between your available for withdrawal and your current balance. Just below that, you're going to see a withdrawal funds button. You'll need to click on that button and it'll take you to the next page, and it'll ask you how much of those funds you wish to withdraw. If you do not see the withdrawal funds button, that means that you have not completed the required steps on the payment preferences page in order to become verified. So let me just cover that really quickly in terms of how to become verified. On the payment preferences page, when you select the option to be able to accept credit card payments, the system is going to ask you information about your own banking information so that we can set up an ACH transfer going from our bank to yours. So in order to receive direct deposits from our system into your bank, you'll need to first become verified and verify your account information. So to begin this process, you'll need to fill out your routing number and your account number. These numbers can be located on a regular check, and we show on the check an example of where that would be located, or you can contact your bank to find out that information. Upon submitting this information, Class Creator will initiate 2 small deposits of not more than 25 cents into your account. Please note that these direct deposits can take up to 5 full business days from the date of submission. Once you have received those deposits, you're going to find out what those numbers are and come back to this payment preferences page and enter them into the fields that are provided on the page. Once you have accurately entered that information, your status will change from unverified to verified. Please note that your account does not need to be verified before you can begin selling items or accepting event registrations. You can begin selling items immediately and can withdraw your funds once your ACH has been set up and completely verified. So it's also important to note that once you are verified, funds are not automatically deposited into your bank account. You can withdraw funds anytime that you desire by going to the funds page and clicking on the withdraw funds button. It's also important to understand that that transfer will also take up to 5 full business days. When processing your withdrawal funds request, it's important to know that you can do this up to 2 times per month for free. You can do it more often, however, those additional requests will be charged a $2.49 transaction fee. However, it's also good to know that for most administrators, a transfer 1 time per month is more than sufficient. But you are going to want to keep in mind the amount of time that it takes for those funds to be cleared into your account, as well as the time that it takes for a transaction to clear into your account on the initial registration end when it comes to deciding when to cut off registrations for your event. So for example, once again, it takes 5 full business days for a transaction to clear into your account and 5 full business days for those funds to then be transferred from our site to your bank. That right there is 10 full business days, so that's about 2 weeks. I typically would recommend shutting down your credit card transaction processing 3 weeks in advance of your event so that you know that you've left plenty of time to receive the funds before your event. And actually, that should be before you need those funds. If you needed those funds for example, deposits on your venue, you may need them sooner. So you're just going to want to keep that portion of the process in mind for making those decisions on when to shut down your registrations. One additional thing to consider is that some administrators decide to leave a small portion of those funds in the system to accommodate for no-shows or for cancellations. If you are allowing for refunds to occur, those funds will be in the system and available for you to process a refund. Additionally, when you do process a refund, the initial transaction fee associated with their credit card transaction is also refunded. Finally, one other thing to consider about the funds page is that this is a ledger of all of the transactions that have occurred within your site for all time. And what this means is that when you come to this page, if you have been established as a site for quite some time, you may have multiple years or multiple events worth of transactions that are displaying on this page. Those have to remain. Those cannot just be cleared out. If you're looking for accounting for your current event, you will want to use the event planner and run the reports within the event planner to gather that information. The funds page is simply where you're going to come for the final step in that process, which is to withdraw your funds. So while we thank you for being a long-term customer, unfortunately, because it is a page that has to remain as an all-time ledger of all of the transactions that have ever been made, you're going to see all of the older transactions from prior events listed on this page. So again, you'll want to use the event planner specifically, or your donation manager, or your product manager, in order to view reports to see detailed information within those individual portions of the system. Thank you for joining me on this funds tutorial, and I look forward to more tutorials in the future. Thank you very much.